In December 1952, London's Great Smoke paralyzed the city. Visibility dropped to 1 meter and over 12,000 people died. Within just 4 years, the United Kingdom responded by passing the Clean Air Act, granting local authorities the power to regulate emissions of smoke, grit, dust, and fumes from industries and furnaces. The Act also established smoke control zones where these pollutants could be completely banned. With such measures, London's air today is significantly cleaner than it was in the 1900s. Delhi now faces a similar challenge. The seasonal smog, industrial emissions, traffic pollution, and rapid urbanization continue to strain the city. Unlike in the 1900s, we now have advancements in science and technology, including producing clean energy without fossil fuels, implementing strict emission norms, and electric vehicle infrastructure. Additionally, we have the advantage of learning from how other cities have tackled pollution in the past successfully, allowing us to adapt and improve their strategies. And yet, pollution levels remain alarmingly high, raising critical questions about gaps in execution and the need for systemic change. To fix Delhi's air, we must first understand its sources. Well, in this video, we go into the detail how seasonal shifts affect air pollution, uncovering insights using satellite data. We will also review the GRAP measures implementing by the government to combat pollution. Let's follow the data and the science to find the answers. Welcome to the Hawkeye, where we decode the planet's hidden signals to fight climate change. Using cutting-edge satellite data and remote sensing, we track everything from melting glaciers to urban pollution. If you're ready to explore Earth's biggest challenges through the lens of science, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell icon. The European Space Agency launched Sentinel-5P in October 2017. The Sentinel-5P is a satellite designed to monitor Earth's atmospheric health. Its tropospheric monitoring instrument captures daily global data at a swath width of 2,600 kilometers, covering bands in ultraviolet, visible, near-infrared and short-wave infrared wavelengths at a spatial resolution as high as 7 kilometers by 3.5 kilometers, sharp enough to distinguish emissions from individual cities and shipping routes. Sentinel-5P tracks 6 major pollutants critical to understand air quality and climate change. By mapping these pollutants worldwide, Sentinel-5P helps scientists identify emission patterns, assess environmental policies, and predict air quality risks. We are focusing on 2 major pollutants, nitrogen dioxide and carbon monoxide. The Sentinel-5P satellite uses its tropospheric monitoring instrument to detect nitrogen dioxide by analyzing satellite absorption in the 405 to 600 nanometer wavelength range. The main sources of nitrogen dioxide are fossil fuel combustion from vehicles, power plants, industries, biomass burning from agricultural stubble, and domestic cooking. Health effects of nitrogen dioxide. The short-term exposure to nitrogen dioxide triggers airway inflammation, asthma, bronchitis, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. The prolonged exposure reduces lung function and increases susceptibility to respiratory infections like pneumonia. Environmental effects of nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen dioxide reacts with atmospheric water vapor to form nitric acid, leading to acid rain. This acidifies soil, water bodies, harming crops and aquatic ecosystems. Nitrogen dioxide acts as a precursor to ground level ozone, that is O3, a key component of smog. Sentinel 5P detects carbon monoxide using infrared spectroscopy in 2324 to 2338 nanometer range. Carbon monoxide is produced from incomplete combustion by diesel engines like trucks and generators, solid waste burning, and household biomass stoves. Health effects of carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide binds to hemoglobin with 240 times greater affinity than oxygen, causing hypoxia. Chronic exposure to carbon monoxide leads to cognitive decline, memory loss, and Parkinson's-like motor impairments. Environmental effects of carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide consumes hydroxyl radicals, reducing the atmosphere's capacity to break down methane, a greenhouse gas. Carbon monoxide reacts with nitrogen oxides and volatile organic components under sunlight to form ground level ozone, worsening urban smog. In this analysis, we focus on pollution across Delhi's national capital region. Gurugram, Faridabad, Ghaziabad, Noida, Greater Noida, Delhi, and areas inside the outer ring road. Using satellite data, we have tracked nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide across winter, summer, monsoon, and autumn. Here is what the numbers reveal. Nitrogen dioxide and carbon monoxide levels were extremely high during winter and autumn. The highest pollution levels of 2024 were recorded in January, November, and December. In these months, the pollution levels reached to 20 to 30 times higher than WHO's safe limits. The primary reasons for these extreme pollution levels were emissions from transportation, construction, and biomass burning. Additionally, low wind speeds and cold temperatures trapped pollutants in the atmosphere, turning Delhi into a toxic gas chamber. During summer, carbon monoxide and nitrogen dioxide levels remained high. In May, emissions were still elevated following the winter and autumn spikes. Pollution remained a concern in summer. Moderate wind speeds and higher temperatures helped disperse pollutants, keeping the levels lower than in winter. During the monsoon, nitrogen dioxide and carbon monoxide levels dropped significantly. August recorded the lowest pollution levels of the year as rainfall helped wash pollutants from the air. However, even with this nature's help, pollution remained 5 times higher than WHO limits, a clear sign that Delhi's air crisis is a year-round problem. The Graded Response Action Plan GRAP is designed to combat air pollution in the National Capital Region. Specific actions correspond to different air quality index levels. The air quality index measurement is based on 8 pollutants. Those are nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, lead, ammonia, ozone, particulate matter 2.5 and particulate matter 10. This plan categorizes air quality into 4 stages, each corresponding to specific AQI ranges. Based on forecasts, preemptive actions are defined for each stage, and stricter measures from prior stages continue to be enforced. The GRAP also includes a citizen charter with recommended actions for the public at each stage. Stage 1 is enforced when AQI reaches 201 to 300. Let's take a look at the key measures the government rolled out in the Stage 1. Enforcing dust mitigation measures in construction and demolition activities. Stringently enforcing the prohibition on open burning of biomass and municipal solid waste. Here are some of the significant actions outlined in the Citizen Charter during Stage 1. Do not idle your vehicle. Also turn off the engine at red lights. Hybrid or electric vehicles are preferred for controlling vehicular pollution. Stage 2 is enforced when AQI reaches 301 to 400. Here are some important steps the government took during Stage 2. Carry out mechanical and vacuum sweeping and water sprinkling of the identified roads daily. Enhancement of vehicle parking fees to discourage private transport. Stage 2 of the Citizen Charter introduced key measures. Let's check them out. To use public transport and minimize the use of personal vehicles. Regularly replace air filters in your vehicles at recommended intervals. Stage 3 is enforced when AQI reaches 401 to 450. These are some of the major initiatives the government implemented in Stage 3. Close the operations of stone crushers and all mining associated activities in the entire NCR. Mandatory conduct of classes in schools for children up to class 5 in a hybrid mode, online whenever feasible. These are some essential steps featured in the Citizen Charter for Stage 3. Walk or use cycles for small distances. Prefer the work from home option if possible. Stage 4 is enforced when AQI reaches greater than 450. Stage 4 came with crucial government actions. Let's explore them. Stopping the entry of all truck traffic into Delhi, except for trucks carrying essential commodities, providing essential services, and trucks run on clean fuel was allowed. Ban construction and demolition activities as in the GRAP Stage 3. Also for linear public projects. Let's dive into some of the Citizen Charter's key initiatives from Stage 4. Children, the elderly, and those with respiratory, cardiovascular, cerebrovascular, or other chronic diseases should avoid outdoor activities and stay indoors as much as possible. If required to move outdoors, they are advised to wear a mask. GRAP is a reactive measure. It comes into effect only after pollution levels exceed hazardous limits or when short-term forecasts indicate a spike. In 2024, it was enforced for 136 days during winter and autumn. While these were temporary relaxation, air pollution remained alarmingly high. But here's the biggest problem. Along with emissions, it also has a nature and geographical problem. Low wind speeds and colder temperatures trap pollutants over the city, turning it into a gas chamber. Even during the monsoon season, when rain cleanses the air, the pollution levels stayed 5 times higher than WHO safe limits. But we do not have measures to combat pollution in these months. So, is GRAP making a difference? Well, it helps, but it's nowhere near enough. Delhi's air crisis needs stronger, well-funded and year-round policies, not just short-term interventions. The pollution in Delhi is like a crack in the wall. We have been trying to cover it with GRAP policies, just like painting over a damaged surface. But a coat of paint is only a temporary fix. the wall will continue to deteriorate. Similarly, Delhi's pollution problem won't be solved with short-term measures. The real solution is not to cover the cracks, but to repair the wall itself. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment and share the video. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to stay updated with our latest content. See you in the next video.